Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, May 7th through Sunday, May 13th, 2018. Also be sure to go to my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of May. That way you'll get a broad overview of all of the universal and astrological energies of importance for the month. For this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using the Archangel Power Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine for your main message. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice. Interestingly enough, when I tuned in, our angels and guides wanted us to use the same deck, the Archangel Power Tarot deck, for that special message card. So let's start by taking a look at your stones of choice. Now I have 3 new stones this week. I actually, here in my new place here in Oregon, I went and found a little metaphysical store and I purchased 3 new stones that I haven't had before. So the first stone is actually called red ammonite. Let me see if I can hold that up better. There we go. Now, there is such a thing as ammonite, and this one again has this red hue to it, so they call it red ammonite. And ammonite is actually an ancient fossil. It's an old animal that's been fossilized from many, many thousands, maybe even millions of years ago. So this fossilized energy has ancient messages or ancient information within it. Now the red ammonite also helps with continual change and evolution. It helps to stimulate the life force energy within you. It actually activates the kundalini energy. And it also helps to attract health and prosperity and success. Your second stone of choice, some of you may have heard of this, is called shungite. This is a shungite heart that I found. This is a very dark stone, but it has very powerful healing properties, and it's also a powerful form of protection. It helps to protect the body of lower vibrational energies, including EMFs or electromagnetic frequencies. It clears the body of dysfunctional emotional patterns or dis-ease or karmic patterns. It helps to relieve stress, anxiety, and insomnia. And again, it's just a powerful protector and healer. And then your last stone of choice is red kyanite. Now, this is a form of kyanite. There's actually blue kyanite, which is what's the most common. There's also green kyanite and black kyanite. This red kyanite is in the shape of an egg, and the red comes from this ruby mineral. So this is actually called a ruby kyanite. This is also a powerful stone. It's a powerful stone that helps to bring your dreams into reality, helps you to release old patterns that are not in your highest and best interest. It's a very nurturing, healing, and has a positive effect on the emotions. It actually activates the heart chakra, activating the sense of love, compassion, bliss, as well as passion, and it helps to open you up to divine love. So again, your stones of choice for the week are the red ammonite, the shungite, or the ruby kyanite. So let's start by talking about the astrology for the week. Now, unlike last week, if you tuned into last week's weekly reading, there wasn't a lot going on with the planetary energies. So I talked about the moon and where the moon was throughout the week, which is, again, highly unusual that there's not anything happening with the other major planets. But this week, it's very different. There's a lot going on. And actually, Mercury seems to be one of the planets that's highlighted this week. Now, Mercury is, just to give you a little bit of heads up, Mercury is a planet that rules the mental realm. It rules our thoughts, it rules our ideas, it rules how we communicate with one another or within ourselves. Now, we start out the week on Monday the 7th with Mercury, which is in Aries, and it's going to be challenging Pluto. Pluto is a planet that is about transformation or transmuting energies. Pluto is about death and rebirth. Pluto is about power and control. And so with Mercury challenging Pluto, we may have communication issues with others. There might be, and especially with Mercury in Aries, Aries is that kind of fire sign, first sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mars. So it has a real kind of warrior energy to it. With Mercury in that warrior sign of Aries, and it's challenging Pluto, again, we may find that there's power and control issues with other people with words, with our communications. And this can also be about our thoughts too. This may also bring disempowering thoughts, where we're challenged within ourselves as far as what we're thinking or what we're believing. Now also on the same day, Venus, which is in Gemini, is going to be challenging Neptune in Pisces. Venus is a planet that rules love, it rules relationships, it rules the divine feminine energy. It also rules our personal resources like money and finances. And again, with it challenging Neptune, Neptune is very ethereal. Neptune is intangible energy, okay? It rules the spiritual realm, so it's that intangible energy about it. With Venus squaring Neptune or challenging Neptune, we might find that there is some challenges or complications with money matters, with finances, with relationships with other people, where we're not being able to maybe express clearly, because again, Venus likes to express her affection and her love. So we may be unable or challenged in that realm of being able to express love or express emotions or to see relationships clearly. So we might be wearing rose-colored glasses. You know, we might actually be idolizing somebody or putting them on a pedestal, wearing what we call rose-colored glasses, where we're again not seeing clearly the situation or the circumstance. Now again, this can be within money and finances or relationships. Now on Tuesday the 8th, the Sun, which is in Taurus, is actually opposing Jupiter in Scorpio. Now Taurus is a sign that rules money and our personal resources. Scorpio is a sign that rules other people's money and other people's resources. It also rules our values, Taurus, versus other people's values, Scorpio. So with the Sun here opposing Jupiter, I think there's going to be something going on with within the area of finances or money. This can also, though, be about our belief systems and our values. Now, this can be our belief systems and values regarding our sense of power, or again, our belief systems or values surrounding money or personal resources. You know, what we value in life, including ourselves. This can also bring up some self-worth issues as we're feeling perhaps disempowered by a situation, circumstance, or relationship. So with this opposition, you know, and with Jupiter retrograde right now, Jupiter is retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, so it can be about really trying to reevaluate what our values and our belief systems are surrounding different circumstances again, and changing those belief systems or seeing things from a different perspective. On Friday the 11th, the Sun moves on, and now it's in a positive connection to Pluto. This is about the only real positive connection that we have all week. Not that the others are terrible, you know, but they are more challenging. With the Sun here in Taurus in a positive connection to Pluto and Capricorn, we might feel empowered in some way. Now, this can also bring up some situations where power needs to be addressed. But again, because it's in a positive connection, these two planets with one another, this can actually bring forth some sort of positive or beneficial outcome to where we take our power back or we're feeling empowered. Again, the Sun is in Taurus, which is a money sign, so there can also be something empowering that's happening surrounding our finances. Now, Saturday and Sunday is very interesting because, again, we go back to Mercury, and on Saturday the 12th, Mercury, still in Aries, is going to be challenging Mars. Remember I said earlier on that Mars is the warrior planet. It rules energy and action and forward movement. It rules assertiveness. And so again, here we have the planet of communication and thoughts challenging Mars, the warrior. So we might again be challenged with communications with other people. Again, Mercury in Aries is more reactive because Aries is that more reactive kind of sign. So people might just blurt things out without thinking. And they're blurting things out with frustration, you know, because that's what Mars rules. Mars can rule kind of this frustrated energy when it's in a challenging aspect to another planet. On Sunday, Mercury moves on to connect with Uranus at the last degree of Aries. So again, Uranus has a very trigger kind of effect. You know, Uranus rules the sudden and unexpected, or things that are surprising or out of the blue. And again, it's in that last degree of Aries. So it's intensifying that idea of Uranus being in Aries. You know, as it's in the last degree, the 29th degree, it's heightening that energy of the unexpected here. And with Mercury connecting with it, again, people are likely to just be really expressive verbally without thinking first. Now, this can be positive or it can be not so positive. Just because people are blurting things out, it can be very inspirational, it can be very idea-oriented, it can be very almost psychic in a way, even though we don't necessarily always look at Aries as a psychic sign. When it's connecting to Uranus, it has this ability to just channel divine information from a higher realm. Now, I also want to say that these energies on Saturday and Sunday happen very early in the morning Eastern time. So be prepared to also feel this as early as Friday. I want to make sure that we mention that as well. After Uranus and Mercury come together on Sunday, Mercury will then be moving into the sign of Taurus, the next sign of the zodiac. Okay, so while Mercury is in Taurus for the next few weeks, it's going to be a lot more settled, a lot more stable, a lot more practical, a lot more grounded in its ways of thinking and communicating. But I also want to mention that Friday through Sunday, the moon is going to also be in Aries. And it's going to connect with a lot of planets. And the moon is about our emotions and our feelings. And again, with Aries there, with the moon in Aries, it can be emotionally reactive. So now we have the mental realm with our communication and thoughts being reactive. And now we have our emotions being reactive, because the moon in Aries is going to connect with Chiron, the wounded healer, which is newly in the sign of Aries, bringing up wounds regarding our sense of identity, our sense of individuality, our sense of confidence, our sense of self. And then the moon in Aries is going to make a challenging aspect to Saturn, and then a challenging aspect to Pluto, and then a challenging aspect to Mars, all in the sign of Capricorn. So it might feel emotionally frustrated when it connects with Saturn. It might feel disempowered, or again, bringing up some power and control issues, or some emotions within us or emotional patterns within us needing to be transmuted or transformed when it connects with Pluto. And again, feeling emotionally reactive when it connects with Mars. And then after that, the moon in Aries will connect with Uranus, which again is emotionally triggering. And then it goes on to connect with Mercury, which is going to be again newly in the sign of Taurus. So there's a lot going on astrologically. Let's go ahead and look at the message from our angels and guides here. So as we turn over the first card, we have the Five of Ariel. The Five of Ariel in the traditional tarot deck is the Five of Discs. You can see the 4 discs, or the 5 discs, excuse me, here in the card. 1, 2, the 3 is over the angel's head, 4 and 5. Now, whenever we see the 5 of anything, whether it, the 5 of Discs, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and what's the other one? The other 5. When we're dealing with the 5s, it's kind of discombobulated energy. It's chaotic energy. It's things kind of all over the place when we have the number 5. In this case, the 5 of Discs, the 5 of Ariel, is in the 3rd dimensional realm. So this can be about money, it can be about work, it can be about career, it can be about, circumstances of an earthly nature, things that we have to take care of that are tangible, okay? And, especially in this card, I feel like, again, there's something with the finances here. The discs here remind me of coins. But let's go ahead and read what it says at the bottom. It says, "You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies." Okay, so this is really important here. Again, Mercury is the planet of our thoughts, the planet of the mental realm, how we think, and what we believe, or how we communicate those thoughts. So this is really a strong message with our thoughts being a little bit challenged this week, but as our angels and guides are telling us, that we shouldn't need to worry, okay? That, again, help and assistance is nearby. So don't stay in that ego mind fear, ego mind doubt or anxiety place, because you're going to create your reality with those negative thoughts. Now, the help that's nearby, can be angelic help, but I also feel like this is help of an earthly nature, that maybe you need to seek out a friend or seek out a family member, a trusted, someone that you trust to maybe talk with and communicate about what's going on with you, that can help to provide maybe some different perspective or a sense of stability for you, some sort of idea or guidance of what you should do next. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next card and see if we can expand upon that. Okay, we have a Major Arcana card, and this is Major Arcana number 8, the Justice card with Archangel Raguel in this deck. And the number 8 numerologically, interestingly enough, is about power and control. It's about business, it's about career, it's about finances and money. But that number 8 to me is very Plutonian. I think about Pluto and I think about power. And I think about the number 8 and I think about power. So this is again about coming into your power, coming into a state of balance. This is also telling me that karmic justice is being served. And so whatever's going on, if you've worked on yourself and if you've treated others with kindness and you've stayed in a place of faith and trust, that the karmic scales are rebalancing in your favor, that you're going to get back what you've been putting out, basically. The message, though, at the bottom says, fight for justice and equality. And then it says, rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. So again, something's happening to kind of rebalance the scales of justice, so to speak. So if you've been having a hard time with someone or with a circumstance or situation, to me this is saying that justice will be done, that the scales of balance will be equalized out or rebalanced out. And again, this is about taking back your power or owning your power, okay? So if you're in some sort of situation that's disempowering, it's really time to change that for yourself and take back your power. That might be one of the lessons of this Justice card for you this week. Now the last card, actually 2 cards came out when I was shuffling and pulled a card. So we're going to look at the first of the last 2. And it's the Knight of Michael. Now this is the Knight of Swords in the traditional tarot. And this says, strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. And at the bottom it says, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotions, sudden changes. So there we have that sudden movement of energy, sudden and unexpected changes coming. Now, the Knight of Michael, the knights in the tarot are a younger court card. We have the pages are the youngest, the knights are the next as far as maturity, and then we have the queen, and then we have the king. So the knight is still kind of a young and slightly immature kind of energy. So it moves faster. Remember when you were young and we just, we thought we could do anything and nothing was going to harm us? That's the kind of energy with the knights here. And this is the Knight of Michael. So this is the Knight of Air. This is about the mental realm again. So it's time to think quickly, act quickly. This is also about speaking quickly. It doesn't necessarily mean that we should do all these things, but I feel like we are going to do all these things because, again, Mercury is in Aries and it's connecting with all these planets this week. Now, it does say that it is time to move quickly, so I feel like you might have to make a quick and sudden decision about something. This is probably a result of some sort of unexpected message or information that comes your way, or some sort of unexpected situation that happens where you need to think quickly and make a quick and sudden decision on something to move forward for yourself and in your life. So let's go ahead and take a look at that last card and see what more we can add to that. Okay, the 5 of Raphael. So we have another 5 card, and this is the 5 of Cups. And this card is going to be about the emotions, the emotional realm. And it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So usually the 5 of Cups is about, again, some sort of emotional turbulence or challenge or something that happens that affects us emotionally. So not only here are we being affected on a mental level with some chaotic, challenging energies, but we're being affected on an emotional level too. And this relates to the moon. Remember, the moon is about our emotions and our feelings for the week. And the moon is in Aries, and it's connecting with those planets, at least some of them, in a challenging way. So there may be something that upsets us here throughout the week. Now, again, I like that the middle card here is the Justice card. So this is about, again, standing in our truth, being confident, taking back our power, or empowering ourselves within some sort of situation or circumstance. So here I feel, again, there's some ups and downs throughout the week, as shown by the astrology. We need to choose logic over our emotions, you know, and we need to actually make a quick and perhaps sudden decision, or come to some sort of conclusion about something on a mental level. And again, as this says, it says release regret. And, you know, the silver lining is looking for the blessing. So look for the blessings in your life, or look for the blessing that whatever this challenge is all about, what it's trying to bring you, you know, what your angels and guides, what the universe, what God is trying to move you towards. And it's towards your power, okay? So whatever's happening, move towards your power and empowering yourself. All right, so let's take a look at the special message card. And sorry about the little shake there of the camera. And for those of you that chose the ammonite, the red ammonite, and we're going to give the Archangel Power Tarot deck a little shuffle, and this one's starting to stick out. So the red ammonite people, the Queen of Gabriel is your message. It says passionate, charming, brilliant, independent, and the Gabriel suit is the fire suit. That was the other suit that I couldn't think of earlier. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Fire, or the Queen of Wands or Rods. At the bottom it says, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So to me, this is about you embodying the qualities of the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Gabriel. So you need to be confident. You need to be self-assured. You need to be independent. You need to be creative. You need to be a leader in some way, shape, or form. And again, that idea of taking back our power comes to mind. And, you know, again, this is a great positive message that you can do anything or be anything that you want, create anything that you want, because fire is very creative. So it's about using your imagination, your inspiration, your creative self-expression to move towards what you want in a confident and self-assured way. Okay, for those of you that chose the shungite, let's give this a little shuffle. Shungite people, this one's calling my attention. The Five of Michael, okay? And the Five of Michael says this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. Okay, so the Five of Michael, here's another five. It's the Five of Air, which is about our mind, our thoughts, okay? Communications. So again, some chaotic energies here with this card. But what it's saying, the message is actually saying whatever situation is causing all of this turbulence, the situation doesn't serve you anymore. It's time to release it and let it go. Pull the cords. I feel like calling upon Archangel Michael here, which is actually the suit here, the Five of Michael. Call on Archangel Michael to pull the cords of thoughts or negative patterns between you and whatever the situation or circumstance is all about, because it doesn't serve you. And also, too, with however you move forward, release your attachment to the outcome is the other message, okay? So release your expectations of what it is that you want to see. You can have the big picture of what you want or what you desire without the details. So focus on the big picture, your dreams, you know, your goals, not the little details or who it is or what it is, but you know, happiness, joy, unconditional love, good health, whatever that might be. Focus on that big picture and release your attachment to the outcome. Your angels and guides are taking care of it. So look at things from a more positive perspective. And then for those of you that chose the ruby kyanite, so we're going to give this a little shuffle. Ruby kyanite people, this one's calling my attention right here. Okay, so it looks like two cards want to come out. I'm going to pull one first, the Seven of Gabriel. It says, stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. So here we have another card about personal power. The number 7 is about going within and finding your connection to your higher soul self. It's about contemplation, meditation. It's about inner healing. And the suit of Gabriel, again, is fire. So you're needing to find that fire within yourself, that spark within yourself. Again, claim back your personal power and stand in your truth. Stand up for what you believe in, okay? And then the other card that was coming out here, we're going to turn it over. the Four of Michael. And the Four of Michael says, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, and seek relief from stress. So this goes with the first one, okay? And whatever it is that you need to stand up for, you know, whatever it is you need to stand in your truth about, I feel like you need to take a little time first to kind of self-reflect, to kind of go within. Again, this is insights that come from quiet meditation. So take that time for yourself this week. Again, don't just speak reactionary, like Mercury in Aries here, and the moon in Aries is very all reactionary. Take a little bit of time first to gather your thoughts and contemplate what you want to do, what you need to say, you know, how you want to proceed. And then go here and stand in your truth. You know, stand up for yourself and claim back your personal power. All right, I hope you've all enjoyed this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for tuning in every week and every month, and for all of your comments, for sharing the video, for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the comments on the Facebook posts under my pages, Colleen Lemma and Sacred Soul Empowerment. And thank you especially to all of you that go to my website, Sacred Soul Empowerment, with supportive comments and testimonials from some of the services that you had, and for those that also, you know, subscribe to some of those healing sessions or other, you know, guidance sessions that I have offered there. So sending you all much love and light, and sending you many, many angel blessings.